Hello and welcome to AidanEyewitness. I'm back here on Lr Mosley Street, where I was for a previous video. The weather is currently slightly drizzly. It was sunny a second ago. And yes, we're going to take a look at the building that is going to appear just down the street. But first I'm going to take a look at some of the other buildings and maybe take a look into the past using a few old photographs. Yes, what buildings have we got around here? Well, we have Central Station, as was, now Manchester Central, previously GMAX. It was opened in 1880 and closed 1969, and it stood derelict for quite a few years. So here's an old photograph from over 100 years ago, and then later in 1980. I love those old cars. So we're going to walk down close to the site of the building that is going to appear just further down there. The Bridgewater Hall opened in 1997. And it was the new home of the Halle Orchestra, who had been based at the Free Trade Hall on Peter Street. And just there we can see the ramp, which takes the trams down from the higher level down to street level, and it dates from when Metrolink was first opened in 1992. And there in front of us is that structure called the Tower of Light, which is actually hides the chimney, which is part of the district heating system. But the design is superb. And there's the Britain's Protection, one of Manchester's most historic pubs. Superb inside. And I remember the Manchester Civic Society used to have their meetings there. I used to go along to those in the late 1990s. And over there, that's where the new tower is going to appear, where the tram is passing. The new, well, it was called Viadux 2, then it was renamed the NOBU Tower. And not many people remember that on this corner was Lr Mosley Street bus station, and I remember departing from here both to Blackpool in the summer and also on the overnight bus to London. It was closed in 1973 when the bus station moved to its present location on Chiltern Street, and it's just on the opposite corner to where the new building is going to appear. So there it is, just across the street is going to be the entrance to this new luxury tower. So let's have a look at a few statistics and other information. So it's going to contain a 160 key hotel. I think that means it's got 160 rooms. There's going to be a restaurant, the Nobu restaurant, 450 apartments. The cost of the project, £360 million, 76 stories, 246 metres tall, that's 807 feet. Completion scheduled for 2031, that's 6 years from now. The developers, Salboy, architects Simpson Huff, and the construction being carried out by Domus. So the construction company Domus will have their office directly opposite the project. An unusual feature of the site is that there is a rail viaduct, the one carrying the trams, built in the late 80s, early 90s, right in front of the main entrance. How are they going to incorporate that? Well, there is one visualization that gives us an idea of how that main entrance is going to look. It looks very glitzy. This slightly forgotten corner of Manchester will take on a new character. We can just see the arches there. That's where the tower is going to be built. It's going to be built above the undercroft of Central Station, which dates from the 19th century. It's a listed structure. But I read an interesting article about the project on the Planning, Building and Construction Today website. And I'll just read from the article because it's very interesting. The works will preserve the Grade 2 listed Castlefield Viaduct arches, first constructed in 1892, by punching holes through the structure to place concrete poles, which will support a podium on top of the viaduct structure. The tower itself will rest on the podium so that the arches will not bear the weight of the tower. A similar structure is in place at the base of the first tower, which is that one there, Viadux 1. Last week, an event took place to mark the groundbreaking of the project, and it was inside the arches. It's funny how they often don't mention these important things, that the ceremony was inside the arches underneath. Interestingly, those arches will be the location of the Nobu restaurant. So they will have turned from a dusty car park, not somewhere we'd want to go at night, into a glitzy restaurant. What a transformation. The event was attended by a number of people involved with the project. Quite an interesting set of individuals, all lined up, all wearing helmets. Each one of them had a spade, and then there was a trough containing some soil all set up. Who was present? Well, Robert De Niro, Simon Ismail and Fred Dunn, co-founders of Salboy, the Salford-based developers, Councillor Bev Craig, leader of Manchester City Council, and many others. Now we can see that the arches are closed off now because the work has started. But my last visit here, I went into those arches when it was still a car park. It'll be fascinating to come in to these arches once the work is completed. Maybe even have a meal here on a special occasion, I think. Oh well, the rain started to come down now. So let's go up into the air now and take a look at the site from above with the drone shots courtesy of Cinemaker. There's Viadux 1, and let's not forget that as well as the NOBU Tower, there will be a smaller building between them containing apartments classed as affordable. As we can see, the tower will fit onto a fairly small footprint. Around it, Manchester Central to the north, Viadux 1 to the west, the tram stop to the south or southwest, the tram viaduct to the east. Interesting that, like the Beetham Tower of 2007, another 21st century building is appearing on the site of 19th century railway tracks. And now, looking directly from above, I can see the former Bower Millet site under the tram viaduct has a kind of oval shape. I never quite realised that. In the lower left is the roof of Manchester Central, not the original roof. Over to the right, the uneven rectangle of the Axis Tower. The Metrolink lines curve around from Deansgate Castlefield Station in the lower right towards Lr Mosley Street and St Peter Square off to the left. Roughly in the centre of the picture is where the construction will soon begin, and the NOBU Tower will start to arise. It's interesting that the name is taken from the first name of the celebrity chef originally from Japan, Nobu Matsuhisa, co-founder of the Nobu restaurant and hotel chain. Imagine if they gave other buildings in Manchester the first name of influential people, maybe the Howard Tower after the late Sir Howard Bernstein, Manchester City Council Chief Executive, or the Tony Tower after Tony Wilson. And now we are descending parallel to the vertical axis where the lifts within the tower will go up and down. Just like the Beetham Tower, it will accommodate both a hotel and residences, though I'm not sure how many floors the hotel will take up and how many floors will have apartments. There goes another tram making its way very slowly towards Deansgate Castlefield tram stop. Along this busy central section there are trams practically every few seconds. The site looks rather scruffy at the moment, but on completion things will be very different. And as we look southwest, tall buildings fill the entire field of view. I won't use the term mini Manhattan. Oh, too late now, I've used it. Well, I made a video about connections between Manhattan and Manchester, and now we have another one, Robert De Niro. As we fly along over Central Station, we can see the site of the new tower coming into view. I'll keep an eye on it as the construction proceeds, and we can look back at these pictures to see how things used to be. If you'd like to support what I'm doing, you can donate via Buy Me a Coffee, consider channel membership, or book a photo walk. Please like, subscribe, share and post a comment. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und auf Wiedersehen in Manchester.